nice little eater Michigan walleye. So I'm gonna show you guys the rig we're using real quick. I got a 6.5 foot jigging rod. I got 8-pound fire line. Got a little barrel swivel right there, down to about, I think this is 10 or 12 pound fluoro. Little 5/8 ounce jig. Today's trailer of choice is a little twister tail, and then I got a little stinger hook on there too. And we're in a fishing a river system, and the current is moving this way. So I'm casting up current, letting that jig hit the bottom, and then I'm just keeping tension on it and just little tiny pops off the bottom and letting the jig work down the current. And that's what we're doing today, fishing a big river system. Just caught our first walleye of the morning. Pretty cold out here today, but yeah, I got my buddy Joe behind the camera, and we're just gonna be fishing hard all morning and hopefully get into some more walleye. Yeah. Damn, there's a lot of snags at this one. Just got another little 15.5, 16 incher. Nothing crazy. I got the bucket in the car. I don't know if I'm gonna, I guess we could put a stringer over here. There's like a little area we could. But yeah, we'll go get the stringer. It's been kind of slow. Hooked up to one and then came off. There's like a bunch of structure over here, and that's actually where I just hooked into this one. But dude, it was wrapped up in like a little something down there. I don't know, and I could see the fish like in the water, like flopping. And I was like, damn, I think I still got him on. And then he finally like wrapped himself around whatever was down there, a log or whatever. And those guys were drifting right there. They just hooked into one. So yeah, sun's coming out. I mean, it's slow fishing, but picking off a few here and there. So and get back to it. I'm gonna switch out the battery here on the GoPro. It just died, so I missed that bite, but get a new one in there and then get back to fishing. Just switched up to a tiny little 1/2 ounce, a little paddle tail.
What do you handle with a smaller one?
It's gonna, I just think it's gonna, I mean, it's gonna work a little bit slower. Maybe stay in the strike zone a little bit longer. I don't know, we'll see. We'll try it a little bit longer, and then we could switch up different areas and kind of move down the river a little bit. Maybe try up the river, maybe down the river. That guy just got one over there. If we had a boat, we probably would have had a limit. Joe, let me kind of give you the rundown here. Like how I like to try to fish. Dude, did you have a fish on that rod? No? Huh? Oh. Okay, so. Go ahead, you got it. Oh, did I give you a stinger? Here, let me get you a stinger.
I don't know, like...
Sorry, I got distracted when he called.
Like, the way I was doing is kind of how we did it at Go Givik or whatever, where it's like just pull, let it sit, pull, let it sit.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing too, but you just like, you gotta really, really pay attention. Like, dude, you have to be like hyper focused on what the lure is doing. I just like stare at my rod tip the whole time.
Do you think you're getting more when it's sitting still or more when you're doing the pull?
That last one, so the one that when we first got here, the first cast,
yeah,
that one was active, and that one was on, like, it hit, missed, hit, came back, okay. You know? Whereas like this one bit right off bottom. Like I had it on bottom and then it smoked it. But that one, dude, it was just the stinger.
So it was a good thing I had it, but that's just telling me like it didn't, you know, it's not that aggressive. So it kind of just depends on the fish, but go ahead. Okay.
But we've seen 2 get caught like right here, and then we caught 1.
Yeah.
This the one, so
Yeah, let me see that.
spot's not bad for like fish from shore.
Okay. Kind of run, because the cast and the way you retrieve it, I think is the most important thing when fishing. Well, in this kind of like river fishing for walleye in general, but
Like, how much of an angle are you casting?
it's tricky. I'll show you right now. So go ahead, get your rod, and I'll kind of like walk you through it. But like if I'm fishing here, I would cast right there. If you cast too far up,
You won't get out deep enough or what? Or
you won't be able to fish your jig right, because you're fishing like head on into the current. That's perfect. So now close the bail right away. Reel up the slack.
right away, real quick.
Yeah, and then stop right there. Leave the rod tip at an angle like this. Pay attention to your rod tip and the line, and you'll see when it hits bottom, it'll go slack. Okay, so right there. Now hurry up, jig, and then reel up that slack, and then stop.
And then just watch.
And then yeah, you might be dragging. And then reel it fast. You gotta be. It's like quick.
So as soon as you hit bottom again, that's
Is that you? Yeah.
as soon as you hit bottom.
It's gotta be quick, dude. Like here.
So you're not letting it sit on the bottom at all, really?
No, because that's
when
you're getting snagged. You might have to reel that one in. Like what I'm doing is fast, but the lure isn't working that fast on the bottom.
Yeah.
But it's just like you got to keep up with the current. It's like come over here, Joe. So like I'll show you real quick. Like I'll just pay attention to what I'm standing on this side. Just like pay attention real quick. So actually okay, so I'm recording and I kind of want to explain this too. Okay, so open the bail. Obviously river's right in front of me here. So I'm gonna cast on an angle right in here. You want to keep all your casts at like 10 and 2. You want to keep the bait at like 10 and 2 the entire time. So close the bail as soon as it hits the water and reel up my slack. Now I'm just paying attention to what the line is doing and what my rod tip's doing. And look at the line, and you'll be able to see when it hits bottom. Right there, boom. Did you see it? Look, boom, right there. You see what I'm talking about?
So you pop it as soon as it hits bottom then?
Yeah, you do not want it like sitting on bottom.
Yeah, makes sense.
And then I right away, but like a subtle little pop, and then reel up my slack right away. Because when when these guys are jigging, it's not sitting on bottom. They just have the luxury of like floating in a boat, and we just like when you're fishing from shore, you have to try to mimic that, and you want it to be working the whole time. But you see what I'm talking about? Like when it hits bottom, it knocks a bow in the line. Obviously, you knock some slack in the line.
Makes sense.
You know. And then again, like if I'm like that, when you cast it, that was perfect. So you want it like that, and then as soon as you kind of start getting like on an angle, like as soon as your line starts getting here, you might as well just like reel it in, because then that's when you start getting snagged and stuff, when it's kind of just for real. I didn't even finish my banana, dude. And that way, like, you're not going to get as many snags when you're fishing like that either. You know, because the lure's not dragging on bottom. Hooked up, finally. Finally got into another fish. Jeez. Yeah, if you want.
Feel good?
Decent one. He's right here, Joe. Biggest one of the day for sure. My man, thank you.
Good boy. Probably 17, 18 maybe.
Yeah, not a bad one. Still picking away at him. That one ate it good though. It's the first one that like ate it pretty good.
I think I gotta go back to the heavier jig. I'm not feeling bottom wall enough on it.
What are you fishing right now? This is a 5/8.
I'm doing 3/8. It's like I can feel it, but it's not. It's a lot. It's tough. This one male too. This one female.
Probably male. Yeah, male. Sick, dude. Thanks for the net.
No problem.
You could. I mean, you don't have to. I got it here. I could net it myself.
Oh. Sick.
Yeah, we'll go throw them on the stringer. Another one, Joe. Yeah. Same, pretty much the same freaking spot. Like the same. A little smaller, but
He's long. He's just skinny.
let's see, is he gonna keep?
He should be good. Maybe not.
Oh, he's touching.
It's like right on it, I think.
Yeah, he's touching. He's a little over. Do it again, one more time. What am I at, 4? Slacking, Joe.
Oh no.
How deep are you right there? How deep are you right there?
38.
Okay.
You doing any good?
4.
Yeah.
But we've been like driving and walking all up and down.
Up at the head, kind of by that flagpole, there was a ton of coho up there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You caught some?
What's that?
You got into some?
Yeah, well, I marked them up a little higher than that. I caught a coho in that landing.
Damn. You get any walleye or no?
Yeah, I got a few. I haven't been keeping track, but I got
Nice.
yeah. Nice day.
Oh, it's beautiful. All right, guys. I got 4 walleye fishing with Joe. Fortunately, he didn't catch any. I'm gonna go ahead and bleed these fish out though really quick. And get them back in the water a little bit so they can bleed out good.
You eat like the cheek meat on the walleye or no?
On the big ones, when it's worth it, like these,
Kind of hard to.
it's not even like it's hard. I mean, a little bit, yeah, but it's just, you don't really get it much of anything. By the time you cook it, it's like the size of your, smaller than your fingernail on something like these.
Got some walleye here. We're back at the house now. I bled these fish out, let them sit in cold water for a little bit, just bleeding out. I came home, I was exhausted. I crashed on the couch for a little bit, to be honest. And now, I got 4 fish to clean. I was out with my buddy Joe. It's kind of tough. It's kind of tough fishing like that. I enjoy it, but it's not like, Joe and I were talking about it afterwards. It's not something that's like laid back and relaxing type of fishing. You have to really pay attention to what your jig is doing. And I tried to explain it as best as I could in the video, but you have to be like, watch that line and that jig like a hawk, and the second it touches bottom, like boom, 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 and like let that jig just like touch bottom and drift with that current. You gotta just be super hyper fixated on that. But I got some walleye here, just a couple of good eaters. If you watched my last video, I was using a standard fillet knife. Here I got an electric fillet knife. because these are just a little bit smaller walleye, and I kind of fly through them a little bit quicker with the electric fillet knife. So I'll take the small one right here, and you guys have seen me clean walleye before, but come in right behind the gill plate, right to the backbone, then I angle my knife all the way down that backbone, right till I get to the tail, but not all the way through, because I like to just flip it over. Take the meat right off the skin right there, come over here, come behind the rib cage, take the ribs out right there, and then there's just a set of pin bones that run right down the middle right there. Take those out as well, and that right there is a boneless, skinless walleye fillet. And like I said, I bled the fish out, so there's no blood in the actual meat or in the fish itself right now. And just flip it over. Do the exact same thing on this side. Take that out. This one, a little bit of that top fin got stuck to that fillet. No worries, just go in there and trim it out. Take out them little pin bones in the middle. There you go. That's a clean walleye right there. Go ahead and repeat that process on the rest of these fish, and we'll see you guys in the kitchen. Enjoying some dinner here. Walleye is phenomenal. I cook this recipe a lot, so if you guys seen this, if you guys follow along in some of my previous videos, you've seen this recipe before, but I just love it. It's so good. By far, hands down, my favorite way to cook walleye. But I'm gonna eat the rest of this meal. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. We got turkey season coming up, so hopefully we get some good footage there. And God bless. See y'all in the next one.
Yeehaw!